So they're beginning with just the basics here. Where do you work? I'm a partner at a law firm. How long? 7 years. Did you have government service? He was an assistant attorney in the Southern District, right down the block, deputy chief of the criminal division. Best case scenario, Catherine, for the defense. And knowing now the restrictions that Judge Merchan has put into place, what do they get from Mr. Costello?
Just more Michael Cohen is a liar. So additional, now you have a separate witness to say that. So it's just more ammunition for them to hammer home that he's lying to you here. He's lied in the past. Don't believe him. Don't believe that one little part that's not corroborated, and vote to acquit my client.
And the prosecution is ready.
Can I say one thing that's very odd to me? It's we know that Michael Cohen has said, I waived the attorney-client privilege. So that's why we're hearing this now. But my understanding of the ethics rules when I have represented somebody is even if there's a waiver of the attorney-client privilege, I still owe a duty of loyalty to that client. Meaning I don't get to, I mean, obviously if it's subpoenaed, I have to tell the truth. There's no question about that. But I don't get to go on TV and just start talking about it negatively about a former client because I have a continued duty of loyalty. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure if that's going to come up here.
Well, we're talking right now. He's being asked right now about the attorney-client privilege, and he said absolutely that it did exist. They considered their conversation privileged.
What does it matter?
And then he asks what was discussed, and Costello is explaining what they discussed.
I'm just losing the forest for the trees, or the trees, whatever, however you say that phrase. Why does it matter, the attorney-client privilege that they're so focused on?
Well, normally, if there was attorney-client privilege applied, none of this, we wouldn't know any of this. What an attorney and a client talk about, it's also like what you talk about with your priest or rabbi, what husbands and wives talk about. There's privileges in the law which say these are communications which in most circumstances you can't get into.
Here's something interesting. So Costello is describing Michael Cohen when he first met him at the Regency Hotel here in Manhattan. That's where Michael Cohen was staying because he had a flood in his apartment and he moved into the hotel. And this is where the FBI not just raided his home, but they raided his hotel room. They raided his office that was upstairs at a law firm in this building here. And Costello describes the meeting. He says Michael Cohen explained the situation at his home and his office. He was absolutely manic, Costello says. He was marching back and forth. We were in the conference room and he was pacing back and forth. And after he explained what was going on, he said, my life is shattered. My family life is shattered. He wanted me to explain to him his options. And I explained when he described the search warrants, I said, this kind of a search warrant is much harder to get. Costello then testifies that Michael Cohen said, what's my escape route? That's the phrase he used. Beauvais asks, what was your view that day about whether Cohen should cooperate? There's an objection. It's sustained. Beauvais asks again, what instructions did you give Michael Cohen about whether he should cooperate? Costello says, I explained to Mr. Cohen that it was obvious he was not the subject of a search, that this entire legal problem would be resolved by the end of the week if he had truthful information on Donald Trump and cooperated with the Southern District. Beauvais asks, what, if anything, did Michael Cohen say about Trump at that meeting? Costello says, same statement. I swear to God, Bob, I don't have anything on Donald Trump. Beauvais asks, what did he say about Stormy Daniels? Costello says, he said, I don't know why they want to put me in jail over an NDA. An objection. The judge says the answer is stricken and then asks Beauvais to continue.
And of course, the jury heard all of that.
Catherine?
Yes, you can't unring a bell.